What's up, guys? My name is John. Welcome to another video. In today's video, we are going to be starting our public niche site case study. This is going to be the case study playlist where I'm going to be taking you through building a site from scratch. So every step of the way, I'm going to be showing you how to pick a niche, how to pick a domain name, getting it set up on hosting, building the site out, writing content, you name it. I'm going to show you every step of the way. And yes, it will be public, so you can go and check out the site and follow us along the way. So without further ado, let's jump on into the video. So as you can tell, I'm sharing my screen, and one of the favorite places I like to go to look for domain names is leandomainsearch.com. Now, I have already picked a niche, but just to give you a little bit of idea on how to pick a niche, you want to pick something, one, that you're interested in, two, that you are going to be able to write content for the foreseeable future. You want something that you're going to be, happy to write about. So that's why it's super important to pick something you're already interested in. This could be a hobby that you like. Could be something that, a sport that you like. It really doesn't matter as long as you are interested in it. It doesn't really matter about competition or how crazy a particular niche is. It just matters first and foremost that you're interested in it, because if you're going to be writing about it for like the next year or the next 2 years or the next 5 years, depending on how big a site you're wanting, eventually, if you don't like the topic or if you're not interested, you're going to burn out. And the second thing, you want to pick something that is going to be, marketable. Obviously, you don't want to pick a topic that, you're not going to be able to get it on display ads, or there's not enough products to sell or to market. So keep those two things in mind. So, big reveal, the niche that I'm going for this public case study is travel. Now, I picked this niche, one, because I'm interested in it. My wife and I, we have 6 kids. Yes, we have 6 kids, and we love to go on trips. So we love to go on little family vacations and weekend trips, and we love just exploring the great outdoors and just going with our family. So the idea with this site is it's going to be a site that we're going to have for a long time. Because one, like I said, we're interested in it. My wife and I both love to travel, and eventually the goal is for us to get like an RV and go traveling on a regular basis. Basically, be nomads, if you will. Not really. I mean, that's sort of, but you get the idea. We want to travel, okay? And so that's where the idea for this site came about. Now, I do have other sites. I have 18 of my own niche sites in various niches and over different topics. And so, but this one is going to be a project for my wife and I. She will do some content here and there, but I'll pretty much do the majority of it. But the idea is when we go on family vacations and things like that, we'll take, original pictures, and we'll, review restaurants and, talk about things to do in a certain city and all of that good stuff. So you kind of get the idea. It's something we're interested in. The second thing that I was talking about earlier is ways to make money with the site, or ways to monetize the niche site. And that is, obviously, there's affiliate products that we can market. Just things on Amazon. Amazon's got a really good conversion rate, so that's a great way to do it. And there's tons of stuff that you would need on a vacation or on a trip, so that's easy. The second way is display ads. I'm a huge person when it comes to display ads. I love using that to monetize my sites. So those are 2 obvious ways to do it. And then past that, we may look at other affiliate programs. So with all that being said, the travel site, that's what the niche is. It's going to be broad. I know that may be crazy, but the idea here is, like I said, I want it to be a site that we have for a long time, and it's going to have probably thousands of pieces of content down the road. So without further ado, let's jump on into leandomainsearch.com and let's pick a domain name. I do already have a couple of ideas in mind, but basically the idea here is you jump on the site and you just type in a word here in the search box. Now, obviously, travel being a very popular, saturated niche, very competitive, we're going to have to be creative in how we break into the category and into the niche. So I've got a few ideas there, but we're going to search for travel. And this is basically going to bring you every domain name. This is .com only, so which is what you want. You want to be a .com. They're the most trusted, the most familiar. People, kind of hesitate when they go to a site that's either .net or .info or whatever. People are kind of leery about that. You want a .com. And if you can only find, say, the domain name that you've settled on, if you can only find the .net and the .com and the whatever else is already taken, then you probably should consider getting a different domain name. And the reason being is you may be encroaching on someone's actual brand. One of my sites, when I initially started it, it was just a passion project. This was long before I started niche sites. It was something I was very interested in, and I was writing about it because I was participating in this hobby. The domain name wasn't available, but I liked it. That's what I wanted mine to be called. And so I found a variation of it. And come to find out, the other domain was just parked. Now, if it's that kind of situation, I went for it. Now I have a huge brand on that site, and people know me. My face is out there. It's not just a site, that I'm behind the scenes writing for. So, you just kind of have to pick and choose. But you don't obviously want to go for a brand that already exists just by picking the .net or the .co or the .info. You don't want to do that. Find a brand or a domain that is original and find a .com. So, moving past that rant, the only travel domain here, according to this, is communicationstravel.com. Now, what this is doing is it's basically giving you domains that include the word travel. And it's only going to involve travel and basically one other word. That's how this site works. And so it's not going to involve something like a brandable name, something like Travelocity, as that was 2 words and then they just put them together. So it's not going to include those. You could do that. I could say travel something, right, and make my own word up, and that's fine. I don't want to necessarily do that. It would be cool to do that. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to add a word to this. I'm going to have to add some sort of word. So then it's going from a 2-word domain name to possibly a 3-word. And I don't want to go past 3 words. I want it to be simple and easy to remember and keep it at 3 words at the max if I can. So let's put, I'm just going to say, just for giggles, okay, I'm going to say travel and. Literally the word and. Okay, just like that. And I'm going to hit enter. Now, just doing that is taken from 1 domain available to 4,700. Over 4,700. So, let's scroll through and see if there's something I like. And literally all of these are available. If potentially all of them are available. Occasionally you'll find one that's still listed here that's actually taken. So hopefully we don't run into that. But if you click on one, so if you say this one says, this one's travel and house. I don't like that name, but let's click on it and see what it does. So now it's going to say registration options, travelandhouse.com, and apparently it is available, according to this. And then it's also telling you that the Twitter is not available. Now, for me, I'm not super big on doing social media accounts. I haven't decided for this site. I will probably do like an Instagram for this site because I take a lot of pictures while I'm gone on vacation. I don't do a lot of Facebook. I may do a Facebook group at some point. I've been toying with different Facebook groups And so that may be something I do. But as far as social media, I'm probably just going to do like an Instagram and a Pinterest, just because travel stuff works pretty good on Pinterest. So let's keep looking here. If it's too much to take in, if this is just too much to take in, you can go over here to the sorting options, and you can do sort by length, alphabetical, popularity, which is what it's on right now. You can also do search term filter. You can do all, or you can do starts with the search term or ends with the search term. So I'm going to do starts with the search term and just see, that'll kind of take it down some. Now instead of 4,700 results, you're looking at 13, almost 1,400. So it separates them out, makes it a little easier to see. Um, so like I said, I want something that's real simple, easy to remember. Um, let's see. Travel and logic, that's okay. Okay, this one I like. This one is travelandreport.com. I like that. It's clear, easy to remember. You're basically, what I'm doing is that, right? I'm traveling to a destination, staying there for a couple days, a week, whatever it is, and then I'm going to report on what I was doing. So I think this is the one. I think this is pretty simple. I mean, you can keep looking for domains, and you can spend all day looking for a domain, but this is simple. It's easy to remember. It's a .com. I think this is the one. So let's go and let's see. You can also create a site on WordPress.com here. You can register now with Bluehost. I don't use Bluehost. I don't, sorry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump on over to, since I know what this domain is, I'm going to jump on over to GoDaddy. You can have your personal preferences on this. I use GoDaddy to buy my domains. I've been doing it for years. It is what it is. Everybody has their preference. You can be Namecheap or Name Hero or whatever, right? GoDaddy is where I host I don't host my sites there, but I do. This is my domain registrant, which means I have a ton of domains with GoDaddy. So when it gets to the point where I'm going to have to change my name servers and stuff in just a minute, I'm going to have to kind of block some stuff out because I don't want to give away some of my other niche sites. So I'm going to type in travel and report. Okay. Search domain. All right. And here we go. Travelandreport.com is available. It's available for 1 penny for the first year with a 2-year registration. I'm going to get it. Just clicking on get it here, and it adds it to your cart. And then I'm going to go to my cart by going over here, clicking on cart, which it'll automatically pop up. And I'm going to click on looks good, keep going. All right, so when you get to this screen, so once you found your domain name and you're putting it in your cart, you're going to get some other options. Now, here's where other domain registrants might be better. So with domain protection, basically you have to pay an additional $9.99 per your domain per year for full domain protection, where other domain registrants pretty much offer this as a freebie. So you can do that. I don't generally do that. The free domain protection is typically enough for me. That's my preference. I think on this one, I may get this, just to be safe. So I'm gonna leave that selected. Like I said, in other domain registrants, sometimes they offer this for free. I'm not going to do the start your website for free thing here. I don't have any interest in that. I don't need an email address. I can show you how to do that for free through your hosting. So I'm going to go ahead and click continue to cart. Excuse me. Alright, so when we're here, we've got some different settings here. Now, there is cost with setting up a website. You know, you obviously got to buy the domain name. You've got to get hosting. You know, if you're going to use a paid theme, which to me I think that's ridiculous, but those are some of the costs that may be involved, right? So with my domain names, I typically go just for 1 year. You do get a kind of a special deal if you go for more than 1 year. The same with hosting, but I'm just going to do 1 year, and that brings the cost down to $11.99. Okay. If you're not familiar with niche sites and you're just trying it out, just do 1 year. There's no harm in that. Okay. And then your protection here will go to 1 year as well. So there you go. So the all total just for the domain set, the domain name and the protection is $21.98. It's not a huge cost to get your site started. Okay. So we got that all set up. $21.98. It's not bad. So let's go ahead and pay. Billing information here. Complete purchase. Okay. For that, there we go. Travelandreport.com is mine. All right, cool. Okay, so now we got to set up hosting. Okay, so for my hosting, I use hostarmada.com. They have really good hosting for a really affordable price. I'll leave a link in the description below. I am an affiliate, so if you use that link, that would be awesome. Thank you so much. Alright, so when you look at hosting, it's really up to you with how much hosting you want. So if we click on over to cloud hosting, here we go. Here's their price points. Okay. Now I am going to do this monthly as opposed to triennially, biennially, or annually. Now, if you sign up for 3 years, you basically get it for $2.49 a month. Okay, so it's a pretty good deal. Okay, I'm going to do it monthly. Okay, but here's what I'm going to say: if you're going to only have one website, okay, you really only need the start dock. Okay, this one here. It's basically your lowest. It's good for one website. You've got 15 gigs of SSD storage, 2 cores of CPU, 2 gigs of RAM. Okay, free SSL. Okay, that's really all you need. Okay, if you have any inclination that this might be your second site, or excuse me, you might want a second site, or for me, a ton of sites, that you can always upgrade. Okay, so for me, I already have my own hosting plan. I'm going to set up a completely new hosting plan just for this website. Okay, so I'm going to do the web warp. Now the reason for that is because it does give me more storage. It does give me 4 cores of CPU and 4 gigs of RAM. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set that up. I'm going to select this plan, and when you get to this screen, domain selection, I already have my domain. So if you already have your domain, you simply just say, I will use my existing domain and update my name servers. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. And you type in this box, you type in your domain name, travelandreport.com. Oh, you leave off the .com. You put the .com here. Okay. Alright. It's saying existing domains have to be pointed to your web hosting account with Host Armada. You can do that. Okay. Continue. When you get here, I'm going to do it monthly. Okay. If you do it annually for 12 months, or if you do it biannually for 24 months, or if you do it triennially for 36 months, you do get a discount. You can see the price going down. Now, at the end of your first month, if you do it monthly, this will go up to $17.95. Okay, keep that in mind. At the end of your 1 year of your initial setup, it will renew at $16.95 a month, and so on and so forth. Okay. If you want to buy your domain and all that through Host Armada, you can do that if you select the annually, the biannually, or the triannually. Okay, it will give you a free domain, so you can do that all rolled into one. That is up to you. If you want to do that, that's cool. Okay, that's a good option. Okay, so I'm going to choose billing cycle. I'm doing monthly. Now, when you get to here, choose data center. Okay, you want to select one that is closest to you. So, for example, if you are in Germany, you want to go with Frankfurt. If you're in the UK, you probably want to go with London. For me, I'm in North America. Here are the ones for North America. You've got Dallas, you've got Newark, you've got Fremont, and you've got Toronto if you're in Canada or up close to Toronto. So for me, I am in Texas. So Dallas is the closest one to me. So I'm going to click Dallas. That's going to help with like your server speed and how quick your stuff loads. Basically, the closer it is to you, the closer the better it's going to be for load times and all of that sort of stuff. Okay. Now, when you get down to here, select add-on boosters. You already get an SSL, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so you don't need any of that. Preview order. Here we go. Alright, so you get a 75% one-time discount. Okay, so if you're going to get a long-term hosting plan, this is going to be awesome. Okay. With this, my total is $17.95 because that's what it's going to be per month. My discount is $13.46. And now what my total is due today is $4.49. There it is right there. Okay. So I'm going to check out. Here's all of my info. So if you're to this point, if you're building a site with me, at this point you want to put in your payment info, pay. Like I said, I'll put a link to Host Armada in the description below. If you use my link, it is an affiliate link. Thank you so much for doing that. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to take care of the payment and then we'll come back. Alright, so once you have your domain name and you have your hosting set up, like I showed you, you're going to have, here's your dashboard inside of Host Armada. I'm going to click on My Services, and here is name servers and all that good stuff. And so what I need to do now is, since I have the hosting set up with this domain name, I need to go to my GoDaddy account and I need to point this website at this hosting. So what that means is basically you got your domain, your hosting is like where your website lives on the internet. So once you've got that hosting, if you bought a domain through a different registrant or a register, then you need to go ahead and point that to your hosting, which not a big deal, really easy to do. If you bought your domain through Host Armada when you signed up for hosting, you won't have to do this step, so not a big deal. So if you're hosting through the same company as you bought the domain, this step, you don't have to do this. Okay, so I'm gonna point my domain real quick, and then I'll come right back. Okay, so I'm here on my GoDaddy dashboard for this website, and all I'm going to have to do is I'm going to click on domain right here, and then right here you'll see where it says manage DNS. That's domain name servers. Click on manage DNS. Okay. And here is just what it comes with. Your site will your domain will come on someone else's name servers already. So, which is really cool. This domain name, I don't really put a lot of value in this, but it says the domain is valued at $1,334. So that's kind of cool. Okay, so all I'm going to do here is once I get to this point, I'm going to scroll down to where it says name servers, and I'm going to click change. And then here, you can go to right here, it says enter your own name servers. And then what I want to do is I want to copy these name servers right here, name server 1 into name server 1 spot. There we go. Then we're going to do the same thing with name server 2. Nope, make sure I get the whole thing. Just like that. There we go. And then all I'm going to do here is once you've got these put in, you're going to click save. Alright. It's asking me to verify my identity because I bought the protection. So I'm waiting for an email from GoDaddy right now so I can put in my one-time password. This would help to have that clicked. 506122. Alright, this is the one-time password, so I don't have a problem showing it. Okay, there we go. Up here on the right it says success. Your success is in progress. Now it will take a few minutes for the name servers to update, for them to, basically for them to register the change, and so we'll have to hang tight for a little bit. You can just come back and refresh your page, however you want to do it. It says it's already done here, so cool. All right. So what we've done now is we've updated our name servers to point our domain name to our hosting. I do it this way. You don't always have to do it this way. This is how I prefer it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into our cPanel. Okay. Yikes. Whew. Okay. I got that done. Okay. Alright, so I'm logged into my cPanel. And I will show you here. Here's my domain. Okay. Alright, so first thing I need to do is I need to get a SSL set up. there we go. Simple as that. Just a couple of clicks and we've got auto SSL set up. Okay. We're going to go back. We're going to just check it again under domains. Okay. Alright. And you can also see right here, you got it set up here. You got the little lock. So if you wanted to go to the actual site, you see the host Armada page, the landing page here, and you see the little lock. That's how you ultimately know. Now the reason you need this is because of people, ultimately it's a sign of trust. So if you don't have an SSL, you need to get one, and that will just make your site much more trustworthy when people are searching. It also probably helps in rankings. I mean, don't know much about that personally, but alright, so I got that set up. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up an email account for this. I'll show you why later on, because I'm basically going to have an email list building campaign to kind of go along with it. So I'm going to go ahead and set up an email here. So I'm going to go create, and this is just under your hosting. There's no reason to pay any additional fees for it or anything like that. So I'm just going to click on email accounts, create, and then here we're going to just type in, I'm just going to set it up as john@travelandreport.com, and I'm going to set up the password. There we go. And then I'm going to click edit settings, and I'm going to actually change the size of the email account here to 1.46 gigs. And then I'm going to click create. And it's going to give me an email address for the site. Okay, there we go. We go back to our cPanel. And the next thing we need to do is we need to get WordPress installed. Okay, so it's actually very easy with Host Armada. You can scroll down all the way to the bottom, or pretty much all the way to the bottom, and under software, you can click WordPress Manager by Softaculous. There we go. And you can see here it says no WordPress installations found. Install new copies, scan for existing. And I'm going to click install. And then here we go. Alright, so when you install this, the best thing for you to do is to make sure to wait until your name servers have propagated and they're live. And you need to do this after you've installed your SSL. If you do it before, then you can install on the unsecured version of your site. So I'll wait until all that's done and install it here. So you want to make sure this is HTTPS, and then the current website is travelandreport.com, and then you can choose your version of WordPress here. We just got an update, I guess it was today or maybe last night, to 6.0. So that's good. And then I'm going to name the site Travel and Report. Something simple. That's the name of the site. And I'm just going to put in blog under site description. No worries there. I'll do that in just a second. I'm going to make sure the language is here. Okay, good. Alright, and I'm going to go to my email. There we go. And then I'm going to change this here to something more. I'm going to block it out, by the way. So go. Alright. And there we go. Now, double check that you've ever got everything in here like that. And then you're going to scroll down and you're going to click install. It'll show you a little progress bar. Alright, and there we go. Now, to get into your WordPress site. Now, so we've got hosting set up, we got the domain purchased, the domain pointed at the hosting. We've got our SSL installed. We got an email set up for the account, for the website, and we've got our WordPress installation done. That's it. That's pretty much all the setup is included, or that you really need to do. Now you can dive into your WordPress dashboard and start designing the site. You can click here under administration URL, and that'll take you to your site's admin. Close this down. And close this down. Alright, now it's loading the dashboard for the first time. There we go. We're inside the dashboard. Okay. Alright, so next up, we get to start setting up the site. So, I always like to start off with a logo. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to go to Canva. There we go. I've been using Canva for a long time. So I use Canva Pro now, but I use Canva free for a long time. And I am a graphic designer, like by trade. That's what I do as my day job. Build niche sites by night, graphic design during the day. So I could design this logo from scratch, and that would be totally cool. However, you can do it for free using Canva. If you have a project that you want a custom design logo for, you can check out my link in the description below for my graphic design services, and I'll be glad to hook you up. Alright, so we're going to create a design, and we're going to do logo, but I don't want it to be square. I want it to be more rectangular. So I want it, that way it takes up less space. So I'm going to go with, I believe it's 500. Let's see. Right here to custom size. I'm going to go 500 wide. Oh, here it is. 500 wide by 243 tall. Whoops. There we go. Alright, so here is my template. Now, this is a travel site, so I want to keep that in mind. Okay, I want to keep that in mind, and I want to start looking for an element. And I'm just going to search for travel. And then I want to go to graphics. So I don't want to use photos or anything like that. I just want some sort of element that describes the site. So here's our options for travel. Some pretty cool ones. We got passports, got a little briefcase, we got a map, we got luggage, got photos, like icon type thing. We've got signs, kind of cool, I guess, maybe. Let's see. Like, I like this suitcase and map right here. That's kind of cool. So I'm just going to keep a few on here of what I like. I want to be simple, preferably something that I can change the colors in. That way I have some freedom with my brand a little bit. So, I mean, something like this might work. That doesn't really say travel to me. Oh, I really dig that. That's awesome. That doesn't, I'm not really doing a bus. I'm not really doing a Volkswagen bus. That'd be sweet though. Now you don't have to necessarily have an icon. You can do just a word logo. I really don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this. So if I can't find anything I like, I might come back to it and just start setting up the site. This is kind of neat. Like I said, I want something I can change the colors in though. So basically, okay, so I can't find a logo that I really am liking, so I'm going to have to come back to that later. So let's go ahead and just set up the site. There's a couple of things you want to do. First off, as soon as you load up WordPress, jump into your dashboard, and that's you want to go to your settings. There's a couple of things I absolutely do every single time, and we're going to do those now. So obviously you want to set your language if you're in anything but English, or even if you're, you want to make sure that's right. You want to go to your time zone. I like to set it with the same time zone that I currently, obviously, that I live in, and that's UTC -5, which is Chicago, the Chicago Central Standard Time, if you will. The date, if you want to custom with the date, should be, I don't worry about that. And then the time, and then my week, I always choose Sunday as the start of my week. Click Save Changes, and that should update your time to the current time where you're at. And then I like to go, the next thing I do is permalinks. So I always choose post name. That just makes it super simple, doesn't have any date or anything in there, or so then click Save Changes. And then as far as writing, if you want to set up a default category here, you can do that. I don't ever do that. Reading, when you get to a point where if you want to use a static homepage, you can do that here. Right now I'm just going to leave it on latest posts. For now, we will be designing a homepage. You can do all that here. You can turn off comments if you want. I don't know if I'm going to do that just yet for the site. Normally I do. So with all that done, I think we're good. So we can dive into the appearance, and we need to select a theme. So when you install WordPress, it's going to come with a couple of just default themes. 2022, 2020, 2021. Those are the themes that are created by WordPress, kind of the default themes, and you can use those if you like. That's up to you. I'm going to use Astra. It's simple, it's clean, lots of customization to it. It's also pretty fast. So I'm going to install Astra. You just go here and search for your theme name or whatever, Also, you could use Generate Press. You could use, there's tons of them. I also use Popcorn on a couple of my sites. There's a lot of different themes that you can use, but keep it clean. You'll be good. Okay. So once it's installed, you want to click Activate, and then since you have that installed now, I like to go in and I like to just clean house. I like to delete the other themes here. I've used them before. I don't use them anymore. Delete those out. And Astra is the only theme I have in there now. In the next video, and I'll have a logo to put on there. So yeah, let's just take a look at the site for now. Oh, all right. There we go. So here's the site for now. And like I said, we will build out a complete home page. and this will be what the blog post look like. Here's the default blog post that it comes with. This already had comments on it, but I don't know, I haven't decided about comments yet. And then I'll show how to set up a sidebar in the next video as well. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I know it's probably way longer than it should have been. Just bear with me. But yeah, if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, pop those in the comment section below. And yeah, I'll be back at it with another video in a few days. So yeah, we'll have to set up Google Analytics and all of that, and Search Console and all that stuff, and we'll do all of that in the next video. So until then, catch you later.